about behavior, and she was talking about how everything's calm. And I was describing that in the beginning of school, we actually have, before any academics happen, we have several days of just around behavior for students. So they practice time and time again, like how do they walk in a line together? What's the behavior we want when we go to the cafeteria and we're getting our lunch trays? What is the right, behavior when I'm in class and I want to answer the question? So they practice all of those skills for days before they ever actually start learning the material. So that's one piece of it. And the second piece is that everybody has the same definition of what we mean by certain behaviors. So in certain schools, when I was a kid, I knew I could get away with certain things in someone's class, but not the other. Here, everybody has the same definition of what behavior needs to look like, and so everyone's reinforcing it. There's no difference in the perspective about what's acceptable or not, and it just makes it. The kids have the same expectation.
I want to translate for
Joaquin.
How can
you take this similar perception between the team?
Sorry.
How constructive? How boiled this?
How do we do
same
it?
definition you say?
let me translate and then you ask.
Sorry,
Okay.
I spoke
Okay.
too much.
Dice, no, it's good. Está hablando del comportamiento. Behavior es comportamiento. Entonces dice que hay una definición exacta para cada cosa que tienen que hacer los chicos, cómo tienen que caminar en una fila, cómo comen su lunch. O sea, los maestros tienen exactamente la misma definición del comportamiento que se espera de los estudiantes en cada proceso, en cada parte de lo que... Y ellos les enseñan al principio de año ese comportamiento y hasta que no lo aprenden, entonces no van al conocimiento, no van a las materias, nada. O sea, y además todos los maestros van a esperar exactamente lo mismo de los alumnos. Ellos no se pueden comportar diferente con los maestros, se tienen que portar de la misma manera. Sí.
So the way we get the same definition is one, during before school starts, and we have weeks of professional development. This week I told you we had 5 weeks. So for newer teachers, they're learning very specific strategies, but the whole school is getting together and talking about that. As this school alone, what do we really mean? And they're sitting together and they're saying, okay, last year we really started to get a problem when the kids were in the auditorium. What are we going to problem solve together to figure out what the behavior needs to be and how we're going to set that expectation? So they're doing it at the start of the year, and then every time, I feel like during those coaching conversations or other conversations that happen, they are, with their coach or with, a dean, whoever, it's being reinforced. So if I'm observing your class and I see that you're not holding the line, right, that you were allowing kids to call out and not use their hand, we're going to have that conversation about it. And it's not going to be like, how dare you? It's not that kind of conversation. It's like, hey, I'm noticing this. What's a strategy? When I come back in 2 days to observe you again, I want to see this changed. I'm going to talk with you about how to get that behavior that you're wanting from the kids.
Okay, lo que ella dice es que si hay un comportamiento que se tenga que corregir, van a hablar, primero van a checar si hay algún comportamiento que tengan que corregir en grupo los maestros. Por ejemplo, si pasa algo en el auditorio, entonces entre maestros se van a poner de acuerdo para ver qué pueden hacer por corregir ese comportamiento, esa situación juntos, y cómo definir lo que ellos quieren para el comportamiento, por ejemplo, en el auditorio. Y lo hacen en un grupo de profesores, cómo se ponen de acuerdo. Y después, si hay algún comportamiento específico de un niño que hay que corregir, entonces ellos lo notan, al momento de notar el cambio de comportamiento, lo que está mal en el niño, lo hablan con el niño de una manera tranquila, sin tener como regañarlo, sino más bien haciéndolo reflexionar. Y le dicen, bueno, en tanto tiempo yo espero ver tal comportamiento en ti, lo definen bien con el niño y después ya lo vuelven a retroalimentar si lo hizo bien o tal, por ejemplo, en una semana, ¿no? Si se va a ver el cambio.
And every week you have a meeting with
With your
teachers?
coach. Mhm.
With your coach,
Well,
yes.
both.
Both.
Both. So every week for professional development, on Wednesdays we end early. So normally the school day in middle school is 7:30. The students come, and the academic day ends between 5 and 6 o'clock at night. On a Wednesday, it ends at 2. And so twice a month they're meeting as a school, and twice a month we're meeting every Kipp school in the region. One of those all-togethers is in person, and the other is we do virtual professional development. And so they'll do at least 3 hours a week of professional development altogether. So that's one piece, and then the second piece is with your coach and your one-on-one observations.
So every teacher have a coach, and how many coaches?
How many teachers does a coach have?
Yes, that's the question.
Depends on the coach. There's not one uniform way of doing it. So sometimes the coach is the dean. The deans do the bulk of the direct coaching, but sometimes there's also someone who's just an amazing teacher and who is a master teacher.
Who decides who can be a coach?
We work with the principal.
The principal.
Yep. And then they typically those coaches go through training to develop in that way, just as they would be developing any other job skill.
Perdón, sorry,
Sure.
I need to translate. Está diciendo que el acompañamiento de los profesores lo realiza el director, ¿es lo que
No.
entiendo?
No, que decide quién va
¿Quién va a ser el coach?
decide, ok.
No, bueno, todo empezó
Coaches.
con la formación profesional, ¿no? Que fue la pregunta que hiciste.
Con
De-
la formación de
La
profesores.
preparación.
Sí, la
Profesor.
formación profesional de los maestros. Entonces le platicó cómo hacen sus juntas primero, ¿no?
Sí.
Cada cuánto, y que se juntan
Sí.
por regiones, y que también cada cuánto se juntan en una misma escuela, para que vayan como igualando. Here's the principal. Eso como lo tenemos en el video. Yes.
You want to be famous?
Yes, please sit there.
Spain and Mexico.
I'm good. I'm good.
No, pero si quieres eso lo traducimos, porque como tenemos el video, no hay problema, no lo perdemos, ¿no? O sea que traducimos esto después
Vale.
con el video.
Cool.
Sí.
I know
No, me
Danny
interesa.
just has just a few minutes.
Yes.
So
¿Cómo se
if
forman los coaches?
Es,
¿Cómo forman?
hello.
Hi.
It's nice to see you here.
Nice
Now,
to see you too. I don't mean to be rude. I just need
Okay.
to figure out what time this class that I'm teaching starts, so I know how much time I spend here.
okay, how much time do you have?
Let's
probably
see.
less than 5 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Are you working with the coaches?
43. Yes, 5 minutes exactly.
Okay. Are you working with the coaches? You're
Yes.
training the coaches how? We want to know how.
Carefully.
And what more? Tell me more.
So,
You have to also the abuse was we have to stop and translate.
cool.
No, well, you can do it, and maybe I can translate later because you have just 5 minutes.
Okay.
Después vamos a traducir. Okay.
Lo sé. Okay, esperemos muy bien.
No, es
Perdón,
They're deaf.
My English is very bad.
We can compete. We have weekly. So I observe coaches coaching, right? So I watch them when they actually coach the people that they're coaching.
Yes.
We also have weekly coaching meetings where we get together and talk about what it means to be a good coach, what some best practices are, and so we share those. And then we dig in pretty deeply each week into one sort of transformational, really important item, right? And so last week we started talking about grading, right? To make sure that folks are aligned on what grades should look like, how much of grade should reflect mastery, how much of grade should reflect effort, those sorts of things. And so we're going to continue a little bit with that this week and try to dig into something new and important each week to make sure that we're hitting things that are really important for us to
Give your class number.
do. Okay.
Yep.
So Yeah, I mean, I also send out what I think the agenda should be for people that they're coaching. So, like, I basically set the coaching agendas for people, and so I'm directing where things are going, and then coaches have the discretion to make decisions within that. So, if someone that they're coaching needs more work on classroom management, then they spend more time on that. Or if they need more work on questioning, then like they spend
Customize. It's like customize.
Right, we'll
Yes.
personalize it for different teachers.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We noticed that you have, like, every teacher here have like something like inner peace, like feel full sensation. You know, that's what I'm noticing you.
Yeah.
I know that we have this.
Why don't we, let's go in this room so they can come inside so they're not making all this noise.